Good evening. Welcome here in the sanctuary and welcome online to the Unitarian Universalist service, the Unitarian Universalist Church of St. Petersburg. Now we're on lands that were stolen from the Tocobaga and Seminole Native Americans. My name is Ben. My pronouns are he and they. I am excited for tonight's worship service, the Christmas Eve service. We've already heard from our bell choir. How do you think the bell choir did? Unbelievable. We're going to hear music from our vocal choir. We have several soloists and our music coordinator, Liam. We might even have some surprise guests. And I bring you all this alongside our worship associate, Morgan Gresham.
Thanks, Ben. If you want a church where we believe that you are just as much a holiday miracle as the turning of the earth, as persistence and dedication to a faith, as the creation of each new life, you are the holiday miracle. This community is one of miracle makers. I have some good news for you. You may have found your church community. We welcome everyone, especially the unique and playful energy of children. And being an all-ages service, we expect that there will be a lot of it tonight. I believe that there are some fidget toys out in the entrance area, so please, young and old, feel free to help yourself.
Thanks, Morgan. We have one announcement today. All of you are welcome to stick around after worship service for our traditional wassailing, and that'll happen right in Gilmore Hall. But before that, hopefully you'll all join me and the choir outside in the front lawn to sing Silent Night.
And please read the rest of your announcements in the order of service in our monthly newsletter and on the TV in Gilmore during the wassailing.
Sophie, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so you can bring down my gain if you would, if you have a moment to do that. Now, as Unitarian Universalists, we're a people of diverse beliefs, but we do share a common faith that every being is worthy of love, that what we do in this world matters, and that we're connected. We're connected to one another. We are connected to the earth. So whoever you are, wherever you are in your journey, you are welcome here.
And we want to give a special welcome to our newcomers. If you are new to UU St. Pete, or even relatively new, can you give a wave? Hello. Hi.
Hello. Yes. On Sundays, this is the time where I bring about a microphone and you can say who you are, but we're not going to do that because we have a lot going on. But I will hope that you stick around for the wassailing. We can talk to you more then.
We'd like to remind you to silence your cell phones. We have masks available at the entrances if you would like one. And now we'll take a minute to turn and greet our neighbors. Give them a big Yuletide greeting, but please remember to get consent if you're going to hug or shake hands.
I want this pointed down for less feedback, but this can go up if that's the wrong. Have you ever lifted the whole thing up?
I have. I don't think we should try that now.
Liz Ryland is here. That's her on that next to Joe Edmond. I think she came here directly from the rehab. Dana's here.
I see.
Thank you, choir. Please rise as you are willing and able for our first carol. It's number 253 in the Gray Hymnal. And let's sing the first verse in Latin in memory of I know, I'm excited too. Our former music director, John Arterton, used to make us sing in Latin, so let's do our first in Latin. You can do it.
We will sing 1, 1, and 3.
One in Latin, one in English, and then, yeah. Ad te fidelis leti triumphantes venice a Bethlehem. Natum videnti recem angelorem venice adoremus, venice adoremus, venice adoremus Dominum. You did great. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, let us adore him. Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation, sing all ye citizens. Please remain standing for our chalice lighting. Zelon and Solene are lighting our chalice without parental help. Well done, kids. For those of you who are new, our flaming chalice is a reminder that we choose to focus here together for this time today, and we believe such time is sacred. And when they light the chalice, I invite you to say our covenant out loud. The words can be found within your programs and also online. There's 2 hand movements, your hands to your heart, and then your hands reaching out, like you're serving. Ready? Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant,
To dwell
together in peace,
to seek the truth
in love, and to help one another. Well done, kids. Thanks. You may be seated. Our first reading, I really love this, is The Work of Christmas by Howard Thurman. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost.
Stop. Stop with this whole Christmas thing already.
Stop with the Christmas? It's Christmas Eve, but are you the mother goddess?
Of course I'm the mother goddess, and I am here to reclaim what is mine. Christians stole Christmas from my pagans. We should be celebrating Yule, not Christmas.
Oh my God, well, first off, big fan. Welcome, Mother Goddess. We have the Mother Goddess here. I should have dressed up more. It's an honor. I do want to let you know, not to be defensive or anything, but we have an active Covenant of You pagans group at this church. We do celebrate Yule. We got Earth, Wind.
Really? You're going to take away my birthday celebration?
Jesus?
Yea, my child. Verily it is I.
Wow.
And Mother Goddess, I cannot believe that you would deprive me of my own birthday.
Well,
It's bad enough that I get presents that are half birthday and half Christmas.
no, I hear that. I hear that. That's legit. Again, big fan, Jesus. Happy to have you here. We do have many you Christians. We do celebrate your birth. We have Christian.
Oh, hold it! I believe this is actually my special holiday.
Santa?
Yeah, I mean, you see my face all over everywhere at this time of the
Well,
year.
yeah, we do. But I mean, you could share it.
It's my birthday.
It's his birthday.
So it's my holiday.
No, I was here first. It is mine.
Hey.
I think I've got
Hey, guys, come on. Sorry. Okay, first off, no fighting in church. Especially on your birthday, Jesus. And second, I don't know if you know this, but Unitarian Universalism values pluralism. It's one of our cherished values. So no one really owns this time of year. That means each of you can have it. Each of you can celebrate in whatever way you choose.
You're right. I'm sorry, Santa, and I'm sorry, Mother Goddess.
That's okay. How about I buy you guys a green smoothie?
Sounds good.
Please rise as you're willing and able for our second hymn, Deck the Halls. It's number 235 in the gray hymnal.
Two, three, five. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Toll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us, fa la 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 la. Sign the blood and join the chorus, fa la 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 la. Following merry measure, la 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 la. In this earth the Yuletide treasure, la 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 la. Thank you, choir. You may be seated. Should we try that Howard Thurman reading again? Some of you know that Howard Thurman was the dean of Boston University School of Theology, where I got my Master's of Divinity, and where Martin Luther King became Dr. Martin Luther King. Howard Thurman mentored Martin Luther King Jr. and many others. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone,
When the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flock,
the work of Christmas begins to find the lost, to heal the broken,
to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner,
to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among others,
to make music in the heart.
Thank you, choir. Our next reading is Joseph, and it's by a Unitarian Universalist poet and my friend, Lynn Unger. Can we take a moment here for Joseph, the guy at the back of the nativity scene?
The unwitting stepdad who didn't ask for any of this mashagas of kings and stars and angels spiking and all of that.
Mary is a badass who speaks for a God who casts down the mighty from their thrones, and the baby is somehow incomprehensibly also God, but Joseph is just a guy who is doing the best he can under circumstances that range from trying to terrifying to tragic.
He knows how to build things. He has no clue what to do with a kid who runs off to preach to his elders at the temple. Most of the time, he is bewildered, caught between loving his odd little family and sensing that the story might be headed off in the wrong track, with nothing he can do.
He would give anything to tuck them back in that smelly stable where he could hold mother and baby safe inside his arms. He can't.
The story is full of drama and complication, and he is never the hero, just someone, like the rest of us, trying to make sense of it all.
Trying to let the bit part that he plays somehow count,
Trying to follow that star.
even when it goes invisible in the harsh light of day. Please rise as you're willing and able for the next carol. It's Joy to the World. We'll be joined by both the vocal and the bell choir. Number 245 in the gray hymnal, if you need the words. No, it's not the one that starts, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Now you got that in your head, don't you? You're welcome. Joy to the world, the word is come. Let earth with praises ring. Let every heart prepare a room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature's sing. To the earth now gladness reigns. Let hearts their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding sound. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. And sorrows grow, no thorns infest the ground. Let righteousness its glory shout, as far as love is found, as far. Thank you. You may be seated. You may be seated. Now, Morgan chose our next reading, and I love it. I'm so glad she found it. Sophia Lyon Foss was a legendary Unitarian religious educator in the early part of the 19th century. This is called So the Children Come.
For so the children come, and so they have been coming.
Always in the same way they come, born of the seed of man and woman. No angels herald their beginnings. No prophets predict their future courses.
No wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind. Yet each night a child is born is a holy night.
Fathers and mothers, sitting beside their children's cribs, feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning.
They ask, where and how will this new life end, or will it ever end?
Each night a child is born is a holy night.
A time for singing,
Time for wondering.
and a time for worshiping. Tonight, we celebrate the light that beckons us across traditions and calls us to act. Half of today's offering will support the minister's discretionary fund, and your gifts sustain our beloved community and extend compassion beyond these walls. May we give generously so that together we can nurture justice, deepen our shared ministry, and keep the light shining. Here in the sanctuary, the offering will now be given and received.
Morgan, if you could grab the plates, that which is given freely is received with great joy. Thank you. Our Christmas Eve service is often our most popular, and it would not be possible by a lot of work from many people. So I want to thank Gigi and all the greeters. I want to thank both choirs and our musicians. I want to thank today's worship associate Morgan and our live streamer and soundboard operator Sophie. Thanks to Michael Rowe and his elves who made this space look so beautiful for the holidays. Now, a lot of you raised your hand at the beginning, so you are new to this church. Perhaps you are new to Unitarian Universalism. And you've probably already picked up one of our cherished values is pluralism. So we do have a wide variety of beliefs. We have Christian UUs. We also have Muslim UUs, Jewish UUs, atheist, humanist, and agnostic UUs, pagan UUs, Sikh UUs, and so forth. So we come from that wide variety of beliefs, but we share this common faith that all beings are worthy of love and respect. What we do in this world matters, and that we're all connected. We're connected to one another. We're connected to the earth. I said it at the beginning, but I want to say it again. Whoever you are, wherever you are in your journey, you are welcome here. And some of you are joining us virtually on YouTube Live. You can't make it to the sanctuary for whatever reason in person, but please know that your presence here is felt. And some of you I didn't think would make it, but there she is, Liz Ryland. I'm so happy to see you. Liz Ryland made it. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Liz. And thanks to those who helped you get here. Now, by the looks of some of your outfits, some of you are already having a wonderful Christmas. You look great. I want to take a moment, though, to hold those of you who are not having a good time. Because despite what my tie says, this Christmas for you is anything but merry. Maybe it's the first one since the death of a loved one. Maybe you're dealing with physical health, mental health issues. Some of you aren't even safe in your own home or with your own family of origin. I want you to know that I see you, that I love you, and that you're not alone. So, how should Unitarian Universalists celebrate Christmas? Now, technically it is the celebration of the birth of Jesus, so Christian holiday, but you saw our Christmas Eve players earlier. They reminded us that it's not just Christians that lay claim to this season. And here at UU St. Pete, we tend to celebrate Christmas by singing, by being together, with some words, with some silliness, all capped off with wassailing. Some of us are lifelong UUs. I just met somebody who was raised Unitarian Universalist, and many come from other denominations. And some of us were helped by our previous denominations, and some of us were harmed by them. Even the mention of Jesus Christ, certainly his actual appearance, but even when I say Jesus from the pulpit, it evokes memories of religious trauma for some of you. Other Christian UUs wish I would talk about him more, not just on Christmas and Easter. But even among Christian UUs, there's a wide variety of beliefs, where there is pluralism. I was talking with some of you yesterday about Christology. Who knows the word Christology is? Who's not currently going to divinity school knows what Christology is. I learned this word in divinity school, where Aaron is going as well. Christology means how you define Jesus Christ. So atheists think of Jesus mostly as a historical figure, perhaps a wise teacher. Some folks think he's divine, but not the only Son of God, and some think we all have divinity in us, and some may think, well, Jesus and Muhammad and maybe a few others, they had a lot of divinity in them, and then still others think of Jesus as the only Son of God, and sometimes one of a divine Trinity, and then still others focus on Jesus' death and resurrection and the redemption of humanity's sins more than on his life and his example. Sophia Lyon-Fahs once again said, "No wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind, yet each night a child is born is a holy night." So what's your Christology now that you know what that word is? Has it changed, evolved over your life? Do you think it will change, will continue to evolve? Whatever our Christology is, traditionally Christmas is when we celebrate the birth of Jesus. Lutheran pastor L. Dowd says, like so many of our beloved stories, as the narrative becomes more well-known, it also becomes tidier, more sanitized. Dowd says we see ornaments depicting the Holy Family, where a very European-looking Mary smiles demurely at a quietly snoozing newborn, halo behind her head, not a drop of sweat on her brow, not a hair out of place. We have beautiful nativity sets that come with cute animals that are completely devoid of the usual smells that accompany these animals. Of course, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph were all Middle Eastern. They were not European. My friend, Reverend Andy Oliver, says, that first Christmas night, the Holy Family were immigrants. They were refugees. They were homeless, trying to find a place to sleep with their newborn child. Reverend Andy says today that family would not be met with shelter or mercy. They would be arrested. They'd be separated. Police would call ICE and say, you can come pick them up. And just like that, the family that Christians proclaim as holy would be torn apart. Their crime would not be violence, Andy says. It would not be danger. It would be existing. It would be crossing a border to survive. It would be bringing love into the world while being poor, brown, and unwanted. So for Unitarian Universalists, Christmas is complicated and messy. Because people are complicated and messy. Because the world is complicated and messy. Because governments and leaders are often cruel and unjust. And my job as your minister is not just to stand here and give sermons. It's to side with Reverend Andy and others yesterday as we urged the St. Petersburg Police Department to dissolve their agreement with ICE. My job is to side with volunteers last Friday as we shared a meal with unhoused people, remembering those who died last year while homeless, asking why in a city with huge condominium towers there is still no room at the inn. My job is to escort those seeking abortion care this Saturday, as some of you will be joining me. We walk them from their cars to the front door of the clinic as others who call themselves Christians yell at them, calling them racist and misogynist names. My job is to pray on top of a mural that says Black History Matters. My job is to welcome people to this church even if they have been shunned by their home church for being transgender, for being gay, for reading banned books, for being undocumented, for being Palestinian, for being Jewish. Each child that is born, each night a child is born, is a holy night. So you Christmas, it's complicated and messy. Pastor L. Dowd says God being born breaks all the rules. She says somewhere down the line, we got it in our heads that God and human beings were polar opposites. That God, a spirit, was so holy and humans in our bodies were so sinful that the two would never go together. Where one could be, the other couldn't be. There was a strict dividing line, a deep chasm, a binary between godly and human. Spirit and body. God is good, spirit is good, but bodies, we were taught to hate our bodies. We were taught to see them as dirty and wrong. And corporations and systems of oppression like slavery, like purity culture, and even and especially the institutional churches come up with all kinds of ways to leverage this self-hatred for profit by punishing and controlling our bodies to beat them into submission through shame and through violence. Can you feel that? L. Dowd asked this, and I'm asking it. Can you feel that? What messages of shame does your body carry? What violence has your body borne? I know I have stories I could tell you, but we all have stories we could tell each other, and none of this is anything new. The same subjugation of bodies was present when Jesus was born into the world, where the empire dictated that all people must go to their homelands, be accounted for, so they could levy the heavy taxes in order to finance the very military occupying their land. The Roman Empire and its military enforced its shallow view of peace, Pax Romana, through the subjugation and domination of bodies, through repressing any uprising or liberation through ruthless brutality, because empire knew then, just as empire knows now, that if you control people's bodies, you control everything. And if you liberate bodies, there is untamable freedom. Each night a child is born is a holy night. So maybe we should rethink our nativity scenes. Reverend Jamie Simon says, there in the dark in that stable, with the animals and the hay and the smells, the baby came with blood and sweat and pain and cries and tears and overwhelming joy, the way babies always come. And Mary and Joseph met this new person with warm smiles and hearts filled with love. But Reverend Jamie says this baby also came into a time of fear. He was not a convenient arrival to that moment. This baby who would one day become a radical teacher and community leader, whose message of compassion and generosity and deep humanity would spread throughout the world. Well, he was born into a time that would not treat him kindly. He was born with a target on his back, already the enemy of King Herod and the empire. Tonight, my friend Reverend Andy's church features a nativity scene, and maybe you've seen it or you've seen it in the media. It's a silhouette of Jesus and Mary and Joseph, and then there's someone behind Mary, someone in uniform grabbing her to arrest her. Is it ICE taking her away because she's undocumented? Is it the police arresting her for sleeping outside? We are left to wonder. Reverend Jamie says Jesus came into the world just the same way he lived his 33 years, humbly sharing his truth that love overcomes fear, whilst living the truth of empire. Make yourself the enemy of the state, and you better believe you're in danger. And beloveds, Jamie asks, and I ask, remind me, why do we tell this story each year? Why do we spend this evening, this moment, transfixed by candlelight, heart open to hope made new, inspired by this story told, then written down 2,000 years ago? Here's what I believe. It matters that we share this particular story year after year because each year there's something new that we find true in it. And each year there's a new way it reveals how we should proceed, how the world is turning. Unless we are indigenous, most of us came here to the United States as immigrants, or our ancestors did. We came here so that we could send money home to our children, to our ailing parents, so that they won't suffer. We came here to work hard and build something that lasts. We came here to share our food and our culture. We came here to be free. Immigrant families, unhoused families, undocumented families, holy families deserving of rest and safety after a treacherous journey, just like Mary and Joseph. These families are suffering right now. On the steps of St. Pete Police Department yesterday, Reverend Andy asked a simple but urgent question. What if we saw every family as holy? What if we welcomed every baby as a miracle? What if we saw every individual as fully human? What if we stopped criminalizing people's existence because of their race or ethnicity? On this holy night, and all the ordinary ones before it, we turn to our Unitarian Universalist values that remind us that love is the center of our faith, that justice is our calling, that equity is a necessity for human thriving, and heaven and nature sing. Heaven and nature sing. They say it's darkest before the dawn, and we have just passed the darkest night. But I keep my hope alive. I keep my hope alive because of this community, because of the work we do together, because we show up. We show up for people like Liz. We drive her to church. when she can't drive. We help Liz knowing one day we will need such help ourselves. We show up to side with those being marginalized, with those deemed as less than, with those who are being silenced, because you can't silence all of us. We show up even when it's complicated and messy, trusting that we can always clean any mess that we make, repair any harm we've done. And we show up for one another, so none of us has to be alone. On Christmas Eve, or any night. Each night a child is born is a holy night. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be. Please rise as you're able for our next carol. Angels we have heard on high. It's number 231 in the gray hymnal. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Songs of happy cheer, what great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. You may be seated. I invite you to light the candles that the greeters gave you on your way in, and if the greeters didn't give you a candle, they can do so now. We have battery-operated candles, and we have candles that you can light with a flame because pluralism. For many of you, this next moment was the highlight of your Christmas Eve. Our beloved John Arterton, our former music director, would sing, "Let us send John love. Let us send everyone who can't be here in person our love this evening."
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. a thrill of hope. The weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine. Led by the light of faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by his cradle we stand. So led by light of a star sweetly gleaming, here came the wise men from far distant lands. The King of Kings lay thus in lowly manger in all our trials, born to be our friend. He knows our need, to our weakness is no stranger. Behold your King, before him lowly bend. Behold your King, before him lowly bend.
We invite you to extinguish your candles as Alex and Krisha extinguish our chalice. The words to UUSP's traditional chalice extinguishing are in your order of service and online in the text chat. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of courage. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world.
Friends, our worship service is over, but our service begins, so please join us for wassailing in Gilmore Hall. But first, we're going to try something. Let's all, those of us who can anyway, go outside at either exit to the front lawn. There the choir will lead us in singing Silent Night together. But then, again, come back for wassailing. We hope this time together will help you remember you are not alone. Merry Christmas.